So normally these videos, what I do is I just draw and I ramble about whatever's on my mind as I draw. I don't normally do what I would call full-blown tutorial videos in the most technical sense, but I thought today I would try it. Today I'm going to show you what I know about drawing an eyeball. So the iris is that colored ring around the pupil. And most of the time, you don't see the very top portion of a person's iris. Normally people don't go around with their eyes wide open unless maybe they're terrified or angry or something like that. So most of the time, most of the time when you're drawing a person's eye, the top eyelid should cover up the top portion of the iris. And, the eyeball is a smooth, moist, shiny thing, so you want to leave little white places on it where the light is reflecting off the eyeball. And remember that the top eyelid normally casts a little shadow over onto the eyeball itself. Kind of like an awning, like a shadow under an awning on the front of a building. So you want to have a little trace of a shadow right underneath the edge of the top eyelid, and then those lines around the iris, the radial fibers, they're a little bit like spokes on a wheel, but not exactly, not entirely, because the radial fibers are a little bit more squiggly, but they do radiate out from the pupil. So keep that in mind as you draw them. And there's normally a tinge of a shadow under the eye, because if you think about it, obviously the eye is round and it's sticking out of the face somewhat. So the bottom eyelid has kind of a shadow on it because it's technically underneath the eye. It's like the underside of a sphere, so it's got shadow there. And the eyebrow was something that I used to struggle with when I was younger, because I would always draw eyebrows like they were solid objects. I would draw an eyebrow almost like it was a strip of electrical tape on a person's face. And then one day I just woke up and realized that's not right, because obviously an eyebrow is made up of little fine hairs, and you can kind of see through an eyebrow somewhat. So I've learned to draw eyebrows the way they are. You don't color it in solidly. You leave it a little bit open. You can see through the eyebrow somewhat. So that's an important note. And another thing to think about is that the eye is situated inside of a socket, kind of like a little cavern. And the place where the eyebrow is a little bit further out from where the eyeball is. Well, depending on the person, but generally the eyebrow is a little bit further out. So what you're going to have is somewhat of a shadow in that little zone between the eyebrow and the top eyelid. So you want to make sure to shade that somewhat. But anyway, those are the things that I know about drawing eyes. I'm not saying this is the definitive eye drawing tutorial, but these are some of the things that I've picked up over the years. You can order my books directly from Amazon, or you can go through my website, currylibrary.com.